Hello and welcome to RV Advisors All Things RV Podcast. I am your host, Cathy Conrad. I've been enjoying the RV lifestyle for 5 years, and I love helping new RVers realize their RV dreams. This podcast is about RV education, resources, adventures, and the amazing people who love RVing. It is also about discovering the freedom RVers experience, the connection with nature we are all so grateful for, and how RVing enriches our lives. On this podcast, you can expect us to talk about all things RV, including the good stuff, the challenging stuff, and everything in between. So, join us weekly and enjoy the lineup of guests we have in store for you. Hey friend, are you considering getting an RV but you're not sure where to start and selecting an RV that will be a good fit for you? Are you concerned about the buying process and the best way to proceed? For the month of June, I am offering a free 45-minute consultation to help you get on your path to RV ownership. Click the link below to book an appointment and get the answers you need to get you started on the right foot. Hey friend, welcome back to All Things RV Podcast. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about a few of my favorite gadgets. Well, maybe more than a few. But the first one I'd like to talk about is the LevelMate Pro. And if you don't have automatic leveling on your rig and you're doing manual leveling with, say, a construction level or those little level things that might be on the outside of the trailer, this is a game changer. So you mount this small device in your trailer. It takes a little effort to calibrate it and everything, but once you have it set up, there's an app for your phone, LevelMate Pro app, and when you're getting ready to pull in or back into a site, you just turn that thing on in your RV, pull up the app, and back in or pull into where you want to be and look at your app, and it's going to tell you on a graphic on the app which side needs to come up and how much it needs to come up to be level. So then you'll use, Anderson levelers or your little Lego things or whatever to drive up on to raise it up till it becomes, 0 inches. And once you've leveled side to side and then you unhitch, it will tell you how much you need to raise or lower your tongue jack to be level front to back. Very, very handy. Well worth the investment. It's not that expensive. Really convenient, super convenient. The other thing is if you're staying at a Harvest Host or you're staying at a Walmart, you can, especially like a Walmart with a big parking lot, you can kind of turn that thing on and drive around with your app open until you find a level spot. It's super, super handy, so I highly recommend it. And you can find those at levelmate.com, and I will put all these gadgets, the link to these gadgets, in the show notes. So the next item that was a game changer is a Micro Air Easy Touch thermostat. And all you do is go on their website, which is microair.net, and you look up what your current thermostat is, a Dometic or Coleman, Furrion, and they show you which one will replace that particular brand of thermostat, and you order it. And then when it arrives, it's really easy to hook it up. You just remove the other one and unplug the wires and plug the wires back into the Easy Touch. Super easy. Remount it to the wall. And you can set a notification to come through on the app if the temperature gets too high or too low. So if you're traveling with pets, you really need to have some way to monitor and be able to control the temperature in your RV. So there are several of different kinds out there. This is the one that I have, so that's why I'm talking about that one, but certainly do your research and see if there's another one that you like better. But I've had great luck with it. It's been easy to connect and change the temperature in the thermostat when we're away. Haven't had any problems with that. You do need to have a cell signal though. If you don't on your phone, then you probably won't be able to connect. But for the most part, never had an issue with it, except one time it was 85 in the middle of the night. Woke up. I ended up having to pull the fuse to get it to turn off. I called Micro Air first thing the next morning, let them know what happened, and they overnighted me a new one right away. So their customer service is excellent. It's really excellent. Never had a problem again with it, and it's been really, really handy to have. So that's a game changer. And the most recent purchase that I made that I'm really happy with is we got one of those Weber Q1200 liquid propane grills. They're small tabletop grills, and I got the one that has a little fold down shelf on each side of it, and it's been really great. It has an igniter. You can hook it to regular can of propane, the regular propane, or you can use one of those little green canisters. So when we go camping, we'll use a canister because chances are we're not going to go through the whole thing, and it's less to carry. And it's the little shelves fold up over the lid, and I got a cover for ours, but it's small enough to fit in your pass-through or in the back of your truck. It's easy to it's not heavy, it's very portable, so that's been really great. It heats up quickly and it holds the temperature pretty good, with the lid down, and so far it's been great. And it's big enough that I can cook, a half a dozen steaks on it, no problem at all. And I think it's like a cast iron with a ceramic coating over it, but super easy to clean, very transportable, and works quite well. So, and then I bought also the little tin trays to go in the catch tray underneath, so that all I have to do is pull those out and throw them away and stick a new one in, so I'm not having to wash that tray all the time. But super handy, and I got that on Amazon. So those are the three. There's a couple things inside that are must-haves, and one of those is, it's my must-have. Most people don't have an espresso machine in their RV. Okay, they have those little small ones, but I waited years to get one of these and got it in December, sold our house the next May. There was no way I was gonna give up. It's called a Brevel Barista Express, and it's already paid for itself over and over again. I don't go to Starbucks and stuff rarely at all anymore. I make my own mochas or lattes or cappuccinos or whatever. It's a great little machine. Requires a little regular maintenance. It's very easy to do, but I love it. The problem with it is that it's not tiny. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. And I've got a rear kitchen with limited counter space, so it takes up like one whole side of my counter. And but I deal with it because I would really miss it if I didn't have it. So I just use one of those those cutting board things you can buy that goes over your stovetop to create more counter space, and then I will cover with another cutting board half my sink, and that gives me extra working space if I need it. But love this Brevel Barista Express. And when we travel, it goes in the tub with the Berkey travels just fine. And, you know, the Berkey is the other must-have. I feel like, you know, we double filter water coming into the tank. We use our fresh tank because it's 80 gallons. So we double filter it going into the tank, and then filter any water that we drink through the Berkey as well. So you never know what the water is like where you might be camping or at an RV park. So love the Berkey as well. And those, I believe we got it on Amazon. We've had it a long time. And we have the smaller travel size one. And apparently there's 2 charcoal filters in that. Apparently that one, this size one, filters like 6,000 gallons before you have to replace the filters, which those are not cheap. So far so good. We love it. We've had it, I think, since 2019. The water tastes great coming out of it. And the one other thing that I have that is also not something I don't think most people carry in their RV is an electric skillet. And I love it because if it's too cold, bad weather, whatever, and I can't cook outside, you know, the cooktop is great, but sometimes I just want to be able to cook everything in one pan. I'm eating a vegetable or whatever, do a stir fry, and this electric skillet is awesome. And it's called Towncraft is the brand, and a friend of mine sells that brand of cookware, and it's not cheap, but it's super nice and it's very handy. I use it actually quite a bit, and takes up some space, but I do have one large cabinet it can go into, but it's very handy. It's very handy. And of course, Instant Pot and Blackstone and all those. I like all of those. But so those are my most valued gadgets to have in the RV that make my life a little easier and provide some convenience. So definitely recommend the Micro Air and the Levelmate Pro as absolute game changers and a necessity. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on All Things RV Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in today to RV Advisors All Things RV Podcast. Please join us again next week for more RV education, resources, adventures, and interesting people. Until then, wishing you amazing adventures, safe travels, and I hope to see you on the road.